Well, hello, YouTube. It's me, Tri-State EDC here. I'm still working on these Blade Ops knives. Blade Ops was kind enough to send me a whole laundry list of stuff to check out, and we're just tearing right along. And today, we don't have a Spyderco. We've got a Gerber. And I've never had a Gerber on the channel, but we'll see if this USA-made Gerber's any good. I don't have high hopes. That's right, it's a Gerber. It's a Gerber, dude. I mean, I think a lot of people's first knives, like the first knife they buy for themselves, they go to Walmart, you pick up a Gerber. It's the brand. It's all over Cabela's. It's all over Bass Pro Shop. It's all over Walmart. Anywhere pocket knives are sold, you're going to find a Gerber. And this is kind of the model that they started to turn things around. For a long time, Gerber was not a byword for quality by any means whatsoever, but this is the fastball. It's USA made, premium materials, S30V on the blade steel. You know, it might be good. So outer sleeve comes off, nothing else going on in there. We have, this is sealed, kind of sealed. So I gotta, oh, no, it's not sealed at all. I can just do one of those. Pop that open. It says, on the tongue here, it says, "Hello, Trouble." That's me. I'm Trouble. What does that mean? Why do I feel like this is like a secret message? What does this mean, Gerber? Explain yourself. Explain yourself. So this is the fastball, and this isn't the big... Jesus, what all's in here? A whole bunch of stuff. A little piece of cardboard. Oh. 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 Okay, so it's packaged like a children's toy. It is zip-tied to the fucking... It's zip-tied to the packaging here. The nice topographic pattern, though, on the packaging. That's a nice little thing. Silica beads, a little dot of cardboard, some paperwork. Don't need that. A nice looking knife though. So Blade Ops, I'm sorry, but I have to do this, and I'm not going to use a knife because I don't want to fuck it up. I need the precision of scissors for this, and for that, we got to go do the sack. We've got to hit the sack. Is there a good way to do this? I doubt it. Oh, Billy. God, these poor old things. I've had these for like 15 years. The scissors are dying. There she goes. We did it. So let's gingerly pull that off, and then slip that out, and then gently put that aside. Okay. The Gerber fastball. I've been interested in this for a long time, but I never pulled the trigger on it for one reason or another. They're affordable, $100, $120, made in the USA. I believe aluminum scales, stainless liners, or a single stainless liner. It is a liner lock. Minimal hardware, 2 body screws. They look like T6s, 1 pivot screw, T8. On the blade there, it does say, made in Portland, Oregon, USA, S30V. Kind of a lazy stamped stainless pocket clip. Has the branding on there, Gerber. My baby's a Gerber baby, is yours. Gerber logo there on the show side. Very slim, like very slim, and a very small knife. Reasonably sized, good size for EDC. Let's do a little size comparison real quick. There it is next to the tactile rock wall. So about that size, you know, about Rockwall size, which is a good size for EDC. Here's the pair 3. Yeah, right in that ballpark. Very reasonable. Thinner than the pair 3, a little bit thicker than the Rockwall, but a good size. Very lightweight, really insanely lightweight. Wow. Well, that opens really well. First time I think I've ever said that about a Gerber. That opens insanely well. I'm very impressed. Nice textured, I think a G10 backspacer here, but it sits flush with the spine, so you can't really, the texturing isn't really doing you any good. It just kind of looks cool. No jimping on the blade spine, but relatively thin blade stock. We have this kind of sheep's footy, Warncliffey type blade here. Tons of lube from the factory. Very clean knife, simple, basic, clean. But that action was impressive. Lockup, Little bit of up and down blade play, just a little bit, nothing crazy. Still, lockup's very late. Don't know if you guys are going to be able to tell, but lockup is 70%, 75%. It's way over here. Nice jimping on the lock bar, jimping on the flipper tab. Disengages, no lock stick. That's good to see. All right, Gerber. So in hand, yeah, I mean, it weighs nothing, and it feels like nothing in the hand. It's like it's not even there. Feels nice. No hot spots. No real pinch points. That feels great. No finger choil to choke up, but you can kind of trigger pull it if you want to. Pinch grip. Feels great. All day long, man. That feels awesome. Very nice. I'm genuinely impressed by this. Really great. Huh. Not really great. It's not blowing my... It actually is blowing my mind because it has the Gerber logo on it, and it's not immediately a piece of trash. Now, it is running on bearings, it looks like. Some stamped bearings in there. The plastic ones. The ones in like the nylon bearing race. So, let's check the action. Disengage that lock. Very stiff, but detent? Incredible. That is... I am genuinely... That is really, really intense, well-tuned detent. It's almost too intense, if I'm being honest. Because as you can see on the close, you got to do 8 or 9 shakies to get it shut. But listen to this noise. Nice. It makes a damn fine sound. I'm impressed. Flipper works great. That's the only mode of actuation. I can see somebody adding thumb studs to this as a mod. I think that'd be pretty cool. Or maybe like a little flick in a hole, a little deployment slot there would be pretty cool. Interesting coating on the blade. It's not a coating. It's like this weird black wash, stone wash hybrid. It's kind of looks lazily done, but it looks fine. It is what it is. There's that marking again. You made in the USA, Portland, Oregon, S30V with a little model number on there. A little too much billboarding for my taste. But what are you going to do? I think a little made in the USA would have been fine. It opens. Centering is solid. It's dead center, man. I mean, it's a knife. Made in the USA. Around $100. Like, what is there to complain about? I don't hate it. Which is huge for me. Considering I've never had any interest in a Gerber before. Ever. Not since I was a child. I have a Gerber from like the 70s that's really good, but, you know, what are you going to do? That was about the last time. Interesting. Again, we have this little kind of shallow... Is it a hollow grind? I can't tell. It looks just like a flat grind, but the blade stock's so thin that, you know, it's going to be reasonably thin behind the edge. I'm betting you it'll cut something, but we ought to check it out. We ought to get the phone book out. Let's see if this Gerber baby will cut. Interesting blade shape too, kind of Warncliffe sheep's footy deal. I cannot believe, you know, maybe a little KPL heavy. Let me get a little KPL heavy on this real quick. Before we cut something. That action, man, it opens up. It ain't farting around. It opens. You know what I mean? A little bit of a pain to disengage that lock because the lockup is so late. You know, I think their solution for making the detent good was to just crank that lock bar way over. So that's why the lockup's so late, but I think it'll break in fine. Yeah, not a guillotine, but it opens, it locks up, and it closes. So let's see if it'll cut something. By the way, code TRISTATE10, get you 10% off, KPL, knifepivotlube.com. Lubricate your world. Lubricate your life. Okay, not a good, okay. Not a great start, but it will cut. Not the cleanest factory edge, and not the thinnest behind the edge either, I gotta be honest. Yeah, it's got some snags, it's got some microchips, maybe it was overcooked. It's a very coarse edge. I mean, it doesn't even want to... It cuts, don't get me wrong, but it's struggling with the phone book test. It is, you gotta kind of get it just right. But it does cut. It's not a horrible factory edge, but I don't want to judge it on the factory edge. I would like to judge it on, will it take a good edge? and will it hold it for a good long time? So I can't, unfortunately, I can't test those things. I can just test the build quality, cutting performance out of the box, action, all that good stuff. Not a terrible showing, Gerber. I think you should build on this. I think you should improve it. Factory Edge would be a place to start. Longevity-wise, I don't know. I don't know how long it'll last, how well it's built, but I can tell you, coming out of the box, it's genuinely impressive compared to every Gerber I've ever touched in my entire life. And it's a step in the right direction, which is pretty cool. But would like to see them do better, always. I would love to see Gerber make good things, you know what I mean? Like excellent things, and I think they can, maybe. But only time will tell. The Gerber Fastball, made in the USA. About $100. Links in the description for this. You can check it out for yourself. Not the full review, just the unboxing, some first impressions. Plenty of pictures on Instagram and on my wife's Instagram, Kara's Instagram. But that is it for me. Thank you all oh so very much for watching me review this Gerber that doesn't actually suck. And until next time, bye-bye now.